So this is kind of where it all started. I was, I was looking at Twitter one day, and I was like, all right, Ginger posted a cool combo clip. Let's watch it. Great use of the weak down air to keep the combo going. Weak back air. Invisible shine for literally no reason. Forward smash doesn't kill. And then a juicy up B. And I was like, damn, that was sick. A lot of sick things in one combo. That was great. And then, you know, all of a sudden, because I decided I made the mistake of retweeting this. And if you guys know how Twitter works, when you retweet something and someone responds to the retweet, they see the retweet on their timeline, they click reply, you end up getting tagged in the replies. So you're gonna come on, you go to your notifications, you're trying to see what people are saying, you're just gonna see all the replies anyone makes, unless one of the people involved in the conversation has the good sense to untag you. So this guy comes in, he says, hey, maybe it's just me, leaving me in the replies. Smurfing is frowned upon in every other game. Why is it normalized in Smash? Ginger replies, he says, hey man, look, this sounds dumb, but like pretty much every player is obviously worse than me. He's like a top 10 player at this point, right? So that makes sense. This guy actually moved quite well. You can't tell that from a 15-second clip of him getting comboed. Also, no smurfing happened. I'm literally Ginger on netplay playing Falco. Yeah, I mean, it's unranked, right? There's no MMR above a certain point right now. There's no ranked. So it's like, what are you going to do? By the way, I get it. People complain about this shit in other games too. You go to any okay, here. Look. Okay, it used to be that there were a million comments on Ben Feingold videos that were like, oh, this guy only plays against bad players. Why does this guy pick on someone his own size? Wow, he's always playing low-rated players, blah, 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 blah. Ignoring the fact that, you know, he's basically doing, you know, these clips are clearly coming from, like, he'll do Sub Sunday and he'll play subscribers, right? Or something like that. You're literally playing your subscribers because they want to play you. They literally want to play you. It makes their whole day. So it's like, it's win-win. He gets a cool clip for the YouTube. They get to play a great player. It's win-win. Everyone's happy, except for Joe Schmo in the peanut gallery in the comments section, who's always got some negative bullshit to say, coming in, killing the vibe. Everyone's winning except for that guy. I don't even know who he's doing it for. He's ruining his own day. You know, he sees a cool clip and he decides to take it the most negative he can. Basically, Ginger's like, look, man, this guy actually looked pretty good. You can't tell because this is just a combo clip, but I mean, it's just a combo clip. And then Brain says, Smurfing is the wrong term in Smash Lingo, blah, blah, blah. This guy says this. And then, you know, the conversation goes towards, like, and this is where I started getting, you know, I started thinking about it. I was like, huh, yeah, how does this compare to other video games? You know, he's saying you can still display excellent skill in League of Legends. People started breaking it down. There are all kinds of threads that people replied to, and he talked about how, you know, Q without an MMR is just insane. Well, it's an unranked Q, right? It's like quick play in Overwatch or something. Like there's definitely ranked, you know, there's definitely ranked Qs in all those games, and Melee's gonna have a ranked Q, Slippy's gonna have a rank. But like right now it's just unranked. So like, I mean, what are you gonna do? Like, are you gonna go on unranked and you're not gonna post the cool combos you do unless you're like what is Ginger supposed to do? He's like, okay, wait, I just got this cool combo, but I don't know if the guy's MMR was close to me. Hey, Fizzy, can you go into the MMR database to just make sure that this guy's MMR is within 200 of mine so I can post this clip? Because I don't want to post a clip of someone who's much lower MMR than me. Oh, are you going to message the guy? Hey, man, what are your most recent tournament results? Like, I just want to make sure that you have at least like 2 good PR wins this season. Otherwise, I can't post this clip of you because people on the internet are going to think that our skill levels have too big of a discrepancy. So please give me your tournament results. Otherwise, you know, I'm not going to be able to post this. Like, what is Ginger supposed to do? It's just unranked. Like, I don't really understand like what the desired outcome here is. But you know, whatever. Ignoring all that, right? Ignoring all that, I just feel like, okay, I'm gonna give this guy, you know, to play devil's advocate or whatever. I'm gonna give this guy some benefit of the doubt here. Look, people, this used to be a big thing. This conversation is not new. This is not a new conversation because this conversation has actually been. This is a 15-year-old conversation because 15 years ago, in 2006, a video called SSBM Shine Blind, which is a legendary video that I'm sure many of you have seen, and some of you haven't. This is the original sick Fox combo video that looks extremely outdated now, but believe me, in 2006, this video got a lot of people, myself included, interested in playing Fox. And so it starts, and I mean, we'll watch a little bit of it. And this is you know, Zelgadis at the time was a member of the crew DBR, which you know, went on to become the crew that put on Genesis and literally the TOs behind Genesis, blah blah blah. Okay, so up throw up till it's 0, not a true combo. Shine spikes him. Okay. Cool, you know? Showing that you can kill people at really low percents, and you can do a lot of really fancy stuff with Fox's Shine. This was kind of, in some ways, this was the video that really put the Reflector, now, you know, lovingly known as the Shine, on the map. Like, this was kind of the video that showed off how strong the Shine can be as just, you know, as just a move. And this is kind of the reason people make all the jokes about, you know, oh, 1 frame invincible move, blah, blah, blah. But as early as, you know, less than a minute of the video, look at this clip. Not this one, but the Samus one. Now, if you've ever tried to walking wave shot a Samus, you'll know that most Samuses go a lot further than this when you get Shine. And he's going nowhere, not just up. Usually what happens, you know, if you've ever tried to do this to a real human, usually they'll hold ASDI down on the first one, but they won't literally hold it for like many, many, many shines in a row. Anyway, whether this clip is intentionally bad DI or not, there was a confirmed narrative. There was a narrative that people, especially East Coast people, because there was a lot of East Coast, West Coast rivalry back then. DBR was a very West Coast centric crew. East Coast hated this. Talk to Scar. Ask Scar about East Coast views on DBR's combo videos back then. And East Coast will tell you, anyone from the East Coast back then will tell you, like, yeah, we thought they were like whack. Because they were posting these combos where clearly the person getting comboed was DIing bad or DIing in on purpose to make the combo happen. So this is a really old, you know, this argument this argument practically predates, you know, this is like the beginning of time in Melee. Because in Melee, you can really DI a lot, right? Like if you compare Melee to a game like Smash 4 or Smash Ultimate, where SDI is the impact of SDI is severely lessened, the impact of DI in general is severely lessened. In Ultimate, you see a ton of combos that just cannot be DI'd out of, right? Like there's a lot of combos, you know, if you've tried to watch top level Ultimate and you wonder, like, damn, why does that drag down up air, the left obble, they call it, the Joker up air drag down repeated thing, like, why don't they just SDI out of that? Well, if you've tried to SDI out of that, it's not that easy. If that was a Melee combo, it would be very easy, but SDI is not nearly as impactful in that game. So in Melee, like, yeah, there are a ton of ways that a good player can make a combo not work if a bad player, where a bad player would get hit by a full combo. And it does matter. Like, there are combos you see in Melee. Like, people will post Melee clips on YouTube. I could try to find an example, but people all the time try to post Melee clips on YouTube where the guy clearly took their hands off the controller, you know, or they just didn't know any better because they didn't have the reflex to try to DI out of the combo. And it always makes the combo less impressive. Here's an example right here. Here's Kodorin. Kodorin, an excellent player, probably putting up top 20, top 25 results in Super Smash Bros. Melee right now, you know, winning a lot of training mode Tuesdays. He posted a clip. My Falco's been getting better. Let's watch the clip. Okay, now if you're not a fan of Melee, you might be like, wow, that was an awesome clip. And even if you're a fan of Melee, you'd be like, cool, your Falco does look pretty good. But my reaction was the same as this person's. I think Fox dropped their controller. You can clearly tell the Fox is literally just not inputting anything the entire clip. I mean, you might as well, you know, be comboing a level 1 CPU or someone who put the controller on the floor to go to the bathroom. Point being, this does come up. And yes, it does make your combo less impressive. And so there is that element to it. Like, if you watch this Ginger clip, yeah, I mean, to a certain degree, you kind of feel like, okay, I mean, there's parts of this where, like, they didn't have to get hit. In particular, I guess here, like, you know, you could air dodge this. You could drift in such a way that this is just not going to work. This last up B. But at the same time, like, you know, people post clips all the time of, you know, like, I think a connoisseur of Melee clips, like, I think anyone who's decently good at Melee is going to agree with me here in the chat, right? Like, when you watch a clip like this, you're taking that into account. You're literally taking that into account. Like, and you can kind of tell, I mean, it does kind of change the vibe of the clip. Like, back in the day when people made combo videos, people always made combo videos on their friends. You know, you'd be recording in your house and stuff like that. You know, so that's where we got like those, you know, Mango, Lucky, Alice combo videos and, you know, the DBR combo videos. And then as time went on, I mean, I remember the first combo video even to really do this was, I think, Happy Feet 3. Okay, not the fucking... There we go. Yeah, yes, it was this video. My last was Happy Feet 3. My last Falco combo video. Okay, spoilers, it wasn't. He went on to make Happy Feet 4. But he said my last Falco, he wanted to make a trilogy at first. Made entirely from tournament matches. This was the first combo video as early as 2008 that was made entirely from tournament matches. And this kind of started to change. This, as well as the fact that, you know, every tournament started getting broadcast after a while, kind of changed the culture in terms of combo videos after a while. Yeah, the combo culture, the combo video culture really changed. I mean, I think a lot of it was people literally just got lazy and they were like, damn, all the tournament matches are just on, they're accessible for me without me having to record anything myself. So I could just make combo videos with these. And I think people literally just got lazy for a while and just, you know, downloaded tournament footage and just used that. But also, I think there was a period where all the combo videos were being made from tournament matches because that's what felt like, that's what people felt like was the norm, I guess. It was the kind of thing where, you know, if anything, tournament melee was popping off so hard back then. It was, you know, it was like 2013, 2014, like we'd never had that many majors in a row. People were excited about like, oh my God, we've got tournaments all the time now. But I think that's part of where that sentiment comes from with like, tournament combos are more legitimate in some ways or more, you know, I mean, I get it. They're impressive for completely different reasons, for sure. I think they're, you know, when I watch a clip like this, that's not what I'm judging it off of, but I'm like, just, you know, how clean Ginger's movement is, the decision making. There's a lot of things you can appreciate in the combo that Ginger posted, you know, in spite of the fact that it might not have been performed on a Sheik that was like, you know, Ginger caliber, face roll caliber or Spark caliber or whatever, which is fine. And yeah, I mean, I think the cool thing about Melee, if anything, is the fact that in Melee it actually is, because like compare this to like the equivalent thing in Ultimate. Because in Ultimate, man, like, or a lot of modern video games, honestly, like in a game like that where, you know, if you want to post a clip on somebody, in a game like that, if you want to post a clip on somebody, sometimes people do these horrible air dodges. You know, some of these clips you see, you know, people are doing horrible defensive options, and then everyone in the comments is like, damn, this guy's mashing, blah, 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 you know. I saw, you know, Panda Global, or not Panda, I guess they're just Panda now. They do this thing with Mars where Mars rates clips. And I watched this video they posted on their channel where Mars was rating Ultimate clips. And so many of the clips, he's like, yeah, this guy just put down his controller. Like, why did you send me this clip thinking it was cool? Like, this guy just put down his controller. This wasn't cool at all. And then it's looped so far around, in fact. It's looped so far around. There was this clip where all the replies or all the comments were like, damn, this guy was mashing like crazy. And then Mars watched the clip and he was like, why are you guys saying this guy was mashing like crazy? The guy was just trying to air dodge out of the combo. He mashed once and it was like a 50-50. So it's gotten so, this concept has gotten so bad in the Ultimate scene that you can literally make a legitimate choice in a 50-50, you know, where either the combo continues or you try to air dodge out. And people will either say, if you didn't air dodge, they'll say, this guy put down the controller. And if you did air dodge, they'll say, this guy was mashing. This guy was mashing. So it didn't count. Like, it's gotten so bad in that scene that you literally can't win anymore. And Mars even pointed this out. Like, there was this clip. I can try to find it. Mars was like, I don't know why you guys are saying he was mashing. He mashed once and it was like a legitimate decision. So you guys are tripping. But I mean, that's just going to be the nature of a game like Melee, where, you know, there's DI and there's ways to influence what happens to you after you get hit, right? In a game like Marvel, none of this conversation would never happen, because once you start the combo, you just do your combo. And it doesn't matter if you're comboing Joe Schmo or, you know, Chris G. There's no DIing out of combos. There's nothing you can do to make the combo harder once they touch you. And that's just kind of how the game is. So, I mean, I like that there's this level of nuance to it where we can actually discern from someone beating up somebody in a clip like this. We actually get to discern what the skill discrepancy is between the players, which you don't get to do in most fighting games. So that, I don't know. I think if anything, that makes clips more interesting to watch, not less interesting. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, the TLDR here is I actually really welcome, like, okay, so going back to this whole concept, like, yeah, there was a whole chunk of time that Zoo was the pioneer who started with Happy Feet 3, where he was like, yo, because this was revolutionary at the time. made entirely from tournament matches. This was the exact thing. Zoo here was doing the exact thing that this guy wanted, where he said he didn't want people to watch his combo and say, damn, this is a dude just beating up an obvious worst player. You know what? All of the clips are going to be from tournament. All of these clips had actual stakes when I did the combo. That's what Zoo, the vision was going into this combo video. And it was an amazing combo video for sure. I mean, it was pretty much, no one had ever done this at the time. But then, yeah, for a while, like, there were no homemade, super custom combo videos coming out, because this is what everyone started doing from, I would say, the early 2010s. I don't think there was a real legitimate combo video for a long time. And I think the thing that actually kind of opened up that culture again in a lot of ways was Slippy, because now it's really easy to get clips when you do a cool clip on somebody. Just the fact that if you ever do anything cool, it's easier than ever to go get the footage. And I'm happy. I really like it. I think there's so much potential in Melee to do cool stuff. The kind of if nothing else, the kind of combos you're gonna get on a top player look different than the kind of combos you get on a low level player. And that's totally fine. I mean, it's different. It's a different vibe. I don't think most games even have that sort of dichotomy. A lot of games don't have that sort of dichotomy, And I don't know. I think it's a good thing. I just think that, like, with Melee, you get that. There's so many different ways to play the game. There's so many ways to... Even Moky, Moky will go for 1 or 2 crazy resets in a tournament set. But, like, he's got some footage where he goes, he just keeps the combo going. Here, this is a good one, right? I think this is a good example of that. Right here. It's comboing Bobby Big Balls. But of course it keeps going. And then of course yeah.
Oh!
So, I mean, I don't know if this was tournament or not. It might have been, it might not have been. Moky would definitely go for this outside of tournament, mind you. Like, Moky's that kind of guy. But yeah, the vibe is just different, Even Moky, when I watch him in really serious, like, you can go pull up Moky sets from, like, the really serious tournament sets he's in. And, if he has you at 100 and he's a guaranteed up smash, like, he'll take it. He won't take it in friendlies, but in tournament, he'll take it sometimes, And yeah, the whole argument of, like, oh, no one does this in other video games. People do this in all kinds of other games. I think the guy brought up CSGO. He was like, in real esports, they don't do this sort of thing. But, like, yeah, League of Legends is the perfect example. There's all kinds of unranked challenger. All kinds of unranked challenger content. Certainly Call of Duty and those games that don't have skill-based matchmaking, all that stuff. Certainly those games. This is a concept, like, people always talk about there's always that skill-based matchmaking conversation comes up every couple months. People are like, oh, can't believe we gotta have skill-based matchmaking, blah, blah, blah. But I mean, yeah, it's super prevalent in all kinds of games. I mean, literally even chess. Like, the best chess players make this kind of content all the time. I can't believe people are trying to pretend like this is some new phenomenon. People have been doing it in games for centuries. And people are acting like it's some new thing. Oh, kids these days. What? Are you kidding me? Side note, sidebar, I have some thoughts on, I made this tweet, and I was like, damn, I really complimented Ginger on this dope Falco combo we posted. I went to go do some stuff, and then when I went to look at... Dude, I literally looked at my notifications, I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, there were so many fucking replies in there of just nonsense. I was like, what is going on? And I was like, holy fuck, dude. I guess I'm never complimenting anybody on a combo ever again. And I realized, like, dude, it sucks just because Twitter literally, like, they, like, incentivize this. They actually incentivize this kind of behavior because the site rewards you for impressions, right? And I noticed that on these, viral tweets or tweets where there's a lot of, like, normie replies and stuff like that, always the most contentious stuff floats up to the top. Because I think what is going on with Twitter is that they'll show you, like, if you click on a tweet and you scroll down, like, they show you, I'm pretty sure they try to show you the replies that have the most replies first. So, like, all the replies, right? If there's a reply that's very agreeable and someone posts something that makes a lot of sense and it gets a good amount of likes, that doesn't go to the top. The shit that goes to the top are the replies that have a lot of replies. So you always see the fucking hot ass takes where people are posting some shit that everyone disagrees with because everyone's fucking trying to flame those people like, oh, you fucking idiot, blah, blah, blah. That shit always goes to the top. All the shit that makes sense, that no one is going to take issue with, that just gets a bunch of likes and not a whole lot of discussion, that shit goes down. The Twitter sorting algorithm or whatever for to determine what order to show you the replies to a given tweet, they will always, not always, but more or less, they tend to sort according to what responses got the most responses of their own. And lo and behold, those are the shitty hot takes that make your brain hurt. And I realized this the other day, and I was like, dude, yeah, this fucking... And I mean, they have to do that because Twitter wants to reward people. Like, Twitter as a servant, right? Like, for them to show ads to people to make money, they need people to be making posts for the ads to blend in with. And how do you get people to make posts? You show them some bullshit that they're going to want to chime in on. And you reward people for posting bullshit. And so that's why when you go on Twitter, you're like, oh my God, there's not a shred of intelligence on this fucking website. And it always seems to start with the Crimson Blur. It always seems to start. Something about the Crimson Blur's takes. Crimson Blur was built for this shit, man. Just like the way he operates on the internet, the way he does discussion. Because he always starts with an extreme thing. And then 5 people quote tweet him. And then, like, a couple hours later, Crimson Blur comes out and he clarifies, okay, look, obviously I didn't mean it like that. I was just being superlative or whatever. Obviously I didn't mean and people were like, dude, shut the fuck up. In particular, Slime. Slime seems to be the guy that calls the Blur out and calls him an idiot. I like when Slime does that. I think it's funny.